I was feeling sick recently and I wondered what I had. So I wrote my symptoms down and I compared it with COVID-19. I compared it with influenza, with the so-called stomach flu, with food poisoning, because my main symptoms were stomach issues and extreme fatigue. And that is the way that you find out what you have. You look at the symptoms, and that will lead you to what the disease is. Turned out I tested for COVID-19 and it came back negative. But it's also true that with false teachers and true teachers, you look at the results of what they are teaching to find out whether they are a true Bible teacher or a false one. Welcome to Truth Talk with Ed Skipper every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Listen carefully to the words of Jesus Christ in Matthew chapter 7, verses 15 to 20. Watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. By their fruit you will recognize them. Do people pick grapes from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? Likewise, every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, and a bad fruit cannot bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. A metaphor for what will happen to false teachers. Thus, by their fruit, you will recognize them. I was walking recently and I came across a plant that had berries on it, small blue berries about the shape of blueberries. But I knew they weren't blueberries because the plant looked different than a blueberry plant. And it reminded me that I need to talk to my grandchildren and warn them that there are berries out there that look appealing, they look good, but they might be poisonous. And if I did eat that blueberry and it made me sick, it would tell me that it wasn't really blueberry. So false teachers have an impact on their own life. What they believe will show in their lifestyle, and it will show among their followers. The truth is that wolves can wear sheep's clothing, but they can't grow a sheep's coat. And so the false teacher will be all about themselves. They will be about things like greed and sexual immorality. And the truth is also that their teaching will not produce righteousness in those that hear it. Just as a skunk always puts out a smell that is unpleasant, and it cannot put out a pleasant smell, so the false teacher cannot teach in such a way that the result is righteousness. So you know them by their fruit. And the truth is the false teacher does not have, through that false doctrine that they teach, the power to subdue the sinful nature. And the result of their teaching will always be things like greed and sexual immorality and divisiveness. So what do you think? Are false prophets a problem in the church today? Now, next time, we're going to look at, I think, what is maybe the most shocking words that Jesus ever said. He's going to tell us that in the future, he's going to turn people away and say, "Away from me, you evildoers," who are expecting to get into the kingdom. And until next time, may you be a fruit inspector when it comes to Bible teachers.